I'm building a superhero saga over 30 hours long. And I don't think I've said that quite clearly yet, the vastness of this project. So I saw somebody like a year ago start a challenge to make 12 movies in 1 year. And their creativity and their courage to just create art from the heart, not care about society and the expectations, and just dive in and go all in. That affected me, inspired me, because I've been sitting on something for a while now. Not just songs, not just videos, a full story. It's been living in my soul, wanting to escape. I'm ZmanTheVegan, for those that don't know me. I've been homeless. I'm currently living with my parents. Back the first time I was homeless, I got multiple jobs. I got out, and then I went back into homelessness. And so my parents offered for me to come live here a couple of years ago, and I got a job at a gas station, and I did try again to do music, and I made it the furthest I ever made it, 7 months, just gigs and street performing. But then I had another realization, painful one, that it was still not enough, and so I went back to the same job, which was my local gas station job, which is where I'm working at right now. And during many of those moments when I was quitting my jobs or trying to sustain myself through YouTube and music, it forced me into tough situations that really had me asking myself, what am I trying to build? What am I trying to make? Not just as many songs as possible, not just videos to get people's attention. I'm gonna walk over here because I just saw a big red wasp and they scare me. What was I trying to make? It wasn't just a bunch of videos and songs just to get attention and subscribers. And this last year, I told myself, well, it was more of a feeling and just commitment and letting go of old thought processes of caring so much what other people thought and their permission to create something, and just diving into what I felt in my heart I wanted to create this time, rather than going on a year-long project tunnel vision of how am I gonna make enough money from music and videos, how am I gonna get people to want to subscribe. I just started focusing on, what do I really want to build? What is this story? What am I really trying to say with my art? And so I started going deeper. I kept making music, but I was just making it because of my passion to create, and really to get reps in. I was just creating a song a week, and then the stories started coming to me. And at first I thought it would just be like, maybe 7 music videos, a comic book story, like for Man Eating Fruit, my first album. And as I was writing the story, though, it actually just started to take life and grow organically through me from the divine. It was like the story's like, nope, we're not ending there. This story isn't this small. And I already knew that. Like, I've known for years that I wanted to write like lore for ZmanTheVegan, or a movie script or something. And so I've written multiple ideas and rough drafts. But this last time around, whenever I started writing it, with the intention of it just being like a small project, maybe 7 music videos that all interlinked in a linear story, I started writing it, and then it just kept growing, and I kept writing and writing and writing, and I was like, oh, what is happening to me? So what was I writing? What am I writing? I'm writing a full superhero saga. Right now I have 3 full seasons pretty well scripted out. Each episode about 40 minutes to an hour long. Some final episodes like 2 hours long. And the episodes are me narrating to images, and I add in my original music and some sound effects as scores. And so I'm narrating the story and showing comic book style images to go to the narrations, and then my original music and sound effects to add to the ambience and the feeling of the story. So it's like a cinematic story, a comic, and an album all combined into one thing, creating a whole universe and world, a superhero world. And the characters, the stories, they're literally rooted in my real life experience. The main character is based off me, and there's people that I've met in my real life that are characters in it, that are, most of them are heroes. Pretty much all the villains are made up, because I don't really like the idea of turning a real life person into a villain necessarily, but I do have a couple in later parts of the saga where that happens. But I'm not trying to like use the story to down anybody. Like, the whole story is about lifting people up, facing your darkness, and facing darkness in the world and in yourself. But so the story and the characters are like inspired by real life. I took literal situations like me being homeless and these things that happened to me throughout my life, the people I met, some unique and inspiring individuals, but also challenging situations, and I rewrote it into this mythical superhero universe. So it's got that essence of truth and human experience that I've lived, put into the story. And this is where Joel Haver, the guy who I mentioned earlier, who made 12 movies in 1 year, this is where the wind is taking away my scripts. Get back here. This is where Joel inspired me, and the guineas interrupted the video. Hey, because for a while now I've had this superhero universe inside of me, and whenever I saw Joel and the movies he was creating, and like I said, just that courage, that creativity he was embracing, I just knew that naturally that was a part of myself that I've been embracing for a while, but part of me was holding back with this story, because I was always thinking, oh, I'll do it later. This is a big project. I'll do it whenever I'm like 40 and I already have the money to hire actors and make a whole movie, or actually hire artists and block the wind so the sound quality in this video is better. Wait, I can afford that now. You know what I'm saying. I was thinking about this like it's a long-term future thing, and then I saw Joel doing his thing, and it kind of just made me realize, like, whose permission am I waiting for? Why am I waiting to bring this to life and bring this to the world? Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't, like, I'm not even one of skill for music. I'm not the most skilled singer, and bless you, kitty, meow. I'm not the most skilled guitarist or storyteller or all these things. None of the one thing that I do I'm the best at, but that's not a determining factor of whether I should do it now or not. And so as I was writing this and it was coming to life and I'm seeing Joel do his thing, I'm thinking, what's holding me back? Absolutely nothing. Ain't that right, kitty? Meow, meow, meow. Yeah, she agrees. About a year after I started really diving into creating this thing, and season 1 is already done. It has been completely finished, and it's coming out this week. Wait, no, it already came out last week. So my goal was 3 seasons this year, and so far I brought 1 season to life, and it's looking like likely I won't be able to do the full 3 seasons this year. And either way, I'm just gonna try my best. I'm bringing this to life with the time that I have, and it's coming to life or I'm gonna die trying. But I'm saying that my goal was 3 seasons in 1 year, and I got 1 done so far. I can already tell that I'll likely not be able to create 3 seasons this year because, well, I work a full-time job and I'm also a father. So I prioritize being a good dad. So whenever my son is over here, all my time and energy goes to him, like 99% of the time, unless there's something I absolutely have to focus on. And I have a full-time job. So I know that whenever Joel went on his journey to complete things, he wasn't facing wind ruining the sound quality of his video. No. He didn't have a full-time job and a child, so I can't expect to be able to really dive in deep as put in as much commitment as he did. So I mean, it gives me less of a chance of being able to achieve anything, and means that I'll be stuck at a day job forever and be a loser, bum, homeless person. Wait, I'm not. Oh, okay. Just kidding. Forget the last thing I just said. But initially, I thought I'd get like 3,000 seasons done, and look like I'm just gonna get one. So that's okay. I'm just gonna bring this to life, try my best, and if you want to help me bring this to life and give me more time to focus on this, then becoming a patron is the best way to do that. When I reach $2,000 a month, I can leave my day job and fully commit to creating music and the story with all my time and energy and passion, except whenever I have my son, of course. But still, being able to not have to work around a full-time job will easily allow me to create 3 seasons in a year and really focus on my music and just the quality of what I'm creating. When we make it to $3,000 a month, then I'll start investing $1,000 a month to hire people to help me edit videos and create images for episodes, because it cuts down a lot of time and helps me just focus on my craft more. But also to hire actors for like street videos, busking, skits, things like that. So whenever I go street perform or play at gigs, I can hire actors like Mother Nature, or actors to play villains like Carl the Carnivore, or the CEO, or a evil meat industry agent running around trying to catch me while I'm street performing. And then, you know, like actors, they can interact with the pedestrians as they walk by, and just like funny stuff, but also some of it can get you to think like about, you know, veganism and the way animals are treated. But the idea is I'm using art and kind of indirectly titting these things and showing these meanings, but not in a way that makes people feel judged or pointed out. And a lot of it is just me embracing art, my imagination, and bringing these characters to life. So that's where I'm at, building this one piece at a time. I run a day job as a father with windiness and cats running around me meowing. If you would like to help bring this to life, you can join the Patreon. Thank you for watching. For the animals, woo!